Hey friends, it's Sean with iwashyouDry.com and today we are going to be making these delicious, warm and chewy oatmeal raisin cookies. They are like that cookie that you didn't know you wanted. They are actually incredible and this recipe could not be any easier. Let's get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is start off by combining 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour in a large bowl. And we're gonna whisk in 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, as well as 3/4 teaspoons of cinnamon, and my secret ingredient, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And that's gonna give these cookies a delicious, warm spice that just, it's so good. Okay, we're gonna whisk this all together, set this aside, and to another large bowl, we are going to add in 1 1/4 cup of softened butter. Good stuff, am I right? As well as 1 cup of brown sugar and 1 cup of granulated sugar. I'm gonna use my mixer and we're gonna cream the butter and sugars together until they are nice and incorporated, light and fluffy. I know it sounds like a lot of butter, but trust me, it is definitely needed for these oatmeal cookies because the butter will moisten and soften the oats and it will make them nice and chewy and just the perfect consistency. Already looks and smells fantastic. Okay, to our creamed butters, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract as well as 2 large eggs, and I'm just gonna do them one at a time. All right, now I am going to add in all that flour mixture. We're just gonna mix this in until it's nice and incorporated. And then we will add in our oats. Oh, I wish you could smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg. Ooh, it just smells so good. Okay, so I am adding in 3 cups of Old Fashioned Oats, also known as rolled oats. They are nice and thick, and they are going to be the perfect consistency for these cookies because they won't get too soft. So don't use the quick oats because they are not going to be firm enough and you'll end up with like not the best consistency or texture for the cookie that you want. So stick with Old Fashioned oats or a rolled oat. Okay, losing some cookie dough here. All right, I am gonna grab just a spatula. I'm gonna clean the edges and the bottom and just make sure everything's nice and incorporated. And then we are going to fold in 1 1/2 cups of raisins. Now, if you are like digging the oatmeal cookie but not the raisins, feel free to swap in chocolate chips if you'd like, or any other type of thing. Some pistachios would be great, walnuts, pecans. There's all sorts of options. Sometimes I'll split the dough in half and I'll do half oatmeal raisin and half oatmeal chocolate chip. Or you can even add chocolate chips in here with the raisin because why not? It's a cookie, right? Okay, so in goes those raisins. And while we're mixing these in, just make sure you've got your oven preheated to 375 degrees. These cook up in just 15 minutes. And this dough is also fantastic for freezing. So I can scoop these into little balls right now, pop them on a baking sheet, put them in the freezer for just about 30 minutes. Once they're frozen, it's called flash freezing. Once they're frozen, then you can put them in a Ziploc bag and then just pull them out, pop them in the oven whenever your craving for a cookie hits. So easy. All right. Looky, looky, we got cookie dough. All right, so let's get our cookies in the oven, shall we? And I'm gonna just go ahead and pop these right in straight from the batter, from making it. If you wanted, you could chill the dough and bake it. After about 30 minutes, your cookies will be a little bit taller. These might just spread just a little bit more, but that is a-okay. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon's worth, and I am putting them on a silicone baking sheet. If you don't have one, use parchment paper so it does not stick. They just slide right off. I also like this baking mat because it gives me a little guide onto where to put my cookies. I'll go ahead and link to this in the blog post, so check out my baking mat there. All right, so into the oven these go, 375 degrees for just 15 minutes until the tops and the edges are just slightly golden brown. Okay guys, they are perfectly cooked around the edges, lightly brown on top, and we're just gonna let these sit here for a few minutes to set up just a little bit more. And while these wait on the baking sheet, I'm gonna pop in our second batch to the oven. Ooh. All right, you guys. I mean, we should wait until these are cool, but what's better than a warm cookie? Not much. Okay, I'm gonna pick one. This guy. Ooh, so good. Look at that. Oh, wow. Ooh, so buttery. Mmm. They're still pretty warm. Mmm. I love the chewy oatmeal texture, you guys. So good. I cannot wait for you guys to give these cookies a try. Go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite cookie recipe is. It might not be oatmeal raisin, but I guarantee you if you try these, you're going to love them and change your mind. Make sure you head to iwashyouDry.com to find this oatmeal raisin cookie recipe, as well as more fantastic cookie recipes just like this one. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.